Guys, yeah, this video isn't gonna be me talking about boxing, but it was about a dream that I had, and it was very interesting. And I was thinking, damn, I should talk about this or at least log it into the system because I don't know. Sometimes my subconscious or whatever has really crazy ideas, I guess. But anyways, my dream kind of started off where I was kind of like in these like old tattered kind of run down buildings where like people lived in them. And I was like, okay, I guess like these people are like kind of like villagers, but still kind of like modern in a sense, but you could see like nothing was like taken care of. The walls were tattered, and the people just kind of seemed like they just kind of lived in fucking hell. And I didn't know where the hell I was. I was just like kind of trying to figure out like, what is this place and shit. And I ended up realizing that it was like kind of I guess an alternate universe or some shit where it was like if Nazi Germany actually won the war, and everything was just like kind of like the movie Hellboy, where they end up like opening the gate to hell or some shit, and some demons and stuff flew out or whatever with their technology. But I guess it was like an alternate universe where they've been doing that for quite a while, and I guess they like made a pact with the demons and some crazy shit like that. Like I saw some like stormtrooper kind of like these white kind of masks, and I was just like, okay, yeah, this is like pretty crazy so far. And I was in this room. It was an L-shaped room with a lot of people in it, and the walls were very sealed in. I don't remember how the hell I got in there or anything like that, but it was kind of like a gas chamber, to where a bunch of gas just kind of started seeping through the walls, and it was killing everybody. And I was like, shit! So I like jumped on top of this structure, and I don't know how I figured it out or whatever, but I just like looked at one of the panels on the wall, and I pried it open from a distance, and yeah, I don't remember how I freaking pried it open either. Dreams kind of be like that, but it opened, and it was roughly about like that high, about that wide, and I saw a couple people crawl in it, and I jumped in it as well until the room ended up being fully encapsulated by this gas, and it was like some like kind of I don't know, it was like a very thick like green, just like very crazy looking gas. But I ended up getting out, and I was like crawling through these tunnels, and I'm just like, okay, I'm crawling, and just the overall vibe just kind of shifted to where I was kind of surrounded by just like kind of like these like, if you have like obsidian, but if you like smash it, and it kind of has this like really dark kind of beautiful in a sense, but it was still like kind of disgusting because it was just like a very slimy kind of tunnel that I'm crawling through. And once I get out of this tunnel, I'm kind of like on this like second level kind of layer in a sense, but I know that I'm like really, really high up now, and I'm like on this, I guess, like corridor gate where I don't know, a bunch of fucking demons and shit roam it. And so I was like, okay, like this is pretty crazy. And I lost the guys who were ahead of me, and I'm kind of in the second level area, and I see these two kind of, I guess, humanoid, kind of like really fucking armored people, but they looked fast and like scary as fuck. Like, I don't know what the fuck they were, but one of them like saw me and just went fucking instant, like wanted to kill me. Like I wasn't supposed to be there for sure, right? I was like, fuck. So I've just like fucking run through, or I run and I see this elevator. I run into this elevator, and he's like this like really old school kind of elevator where it's got that kind of pattern with it where you have to like close it. And I barely like get into this elevator, and I close it with this lever, and it like traps one of the guys' arms. And I feel like they were like high ranking officials or some shit. Like really powerful, like I ain't fucking with them. And yeah, his arm gets trapped, and the elevator just shoots up, and it rips his arm off. And I was like, shit, and this elevator is just taking me higher and higher and higher. And once I get out of this elevator, I'm kind of like in this other kind of level where I see these like kind of treetops, kind of like on the ground in a sense, where it was like a tree just kind of protruding out of the ground. And the trees were like growing like diamonds and rubies and sapphires and just all sorts of like really rare minerals and stuff like that. And I was like, oh shit, and these are like some big ass, like kind of like some candy sized rocks. And I was like, oh okay, like I could definitely use these for something. So I was like grabbing some, and I put it in my pocket. But just like the overall vibe at that point was just like very dank and musty, and just a very hellish kind of environment to kind of be in. And I was just kind of like trying to snake through and, you know, hide in the shadows, because there's a lot of activity going on, people getting slaughtered, and just some hellish shit that you see from like Dante's Inferno or something. But I was just kind of like snaking my way through, and I end up kind of like in this corner area. And like right next to the corner area, like it was just so much activity, and I see these like pig demons, where they had these like huge ass pig snouts, and they're just going, and one of them was like sniffing at me, like kind of sniffing, and I was just like in this dark ass corner, like fuck, he sees me. So I just like grabbed like a ruby, and I stuck it in its mouth, and he was just like kind of like choking on it. And it was like kind of like my bribe, but not really. I think he would have just tried to kill me anyways. So I like stuck it in. He's like, and I like snaked on through, and just kind of hugged the wall. And I ended up like kind of in this area where I don't know. I guess like one of the demons or some shit was just kind of like a blacksmith, or I don't know what the fuck. I don't remember too much what he looked like. I know he was like huge, demonic, and whatever. And I asked him what I should do, and he told me to go into this fucking tunnel of death. And I was just like, yeah, I don't think so. And he like gave me these shoes, and they were like made out of like some kind of wood or some shit, with spikes on the soles. And he's like, yeah, you put these on and you go down. And I was like, no, that's stupid. I'm not gonna do that. These flimsy ass pieces of shit, like, And, yeah, this tunnel, right? It was just like a square, like meter by meter, tunnel that I could tell, like, it just goes straight down, like, just miles or some shit, and just pitch black. Like, I ain't fucking going in that thing. So, yeah, for some reason, I was like, okay. And I noticed that there was a stairwell that's about like 20 meters away from where that hole was, and I saw those two high-ranking demon dudes fucking looking for me, and I was like, shit. So ended up kind of hiding in like almost another corner, and yeah, I was like, fuck this. Like, I need to either kind of get through there and go down those stairs or something. But yeah, as they're like searching for me, for some reason, I guess my imagination wanted to think of Kermit the Frog, and I saw like Kermit the Frog like fucking sit or standing like way across me, and he saw me, and he was like, "Hey man," and started fucking talking. And I was like, "Fucking," I was like, "You son of a bitch," and once yeah, the dudes just like instantly fucking knew where I was, and then I was like, "Fuck." So then I guess I was captured or died or something, and I guess I respawned somehow, but in a sense, like, it was such a feeling to where it's like I must have like died over and over and over and over and over and over again, to where I was just completely done. Like, I was just like in this corner or up against this wall, kind of where those trees were, but the trees were gone for some reason. And I was just like, fuck, just completely done. I need to get through this somehow. I don't know why, but. And I knew that there was like a higher ranking official kind of next to me. He was like a bald, like wearing some fucking gothic shit. I don't know. Kind of reminded me of Pinhead without the pins. I was like, fuck, what do I do? And I didn't want him to fucking see me, but I knew he was gonna find me somehow. Like, I just felt like I just had no freaking chance in that place, and I was just gonna keep on dying forever. And he just like looked at me with this fucking evil ass smile and just grabs my arm, and he's just like, this, and I like woke up. And I woke up and I was like, okay, well, that was crazy. I don't know, felt like talking about it. Felt like it was a pretty intense dream. Thought it'd be a cool, either like a book or a video game or some kind of an idea, but I don't know, sometimes my subconscious goes a bit crazy at times. Yeah. Well, I wish I had like visuals and things to show you, some artwork, or because he was extremely vivid. That was the one thing. He was very vivid and he was very unsettling. Like, whenever you just feel completely out of place, like I just felt like this roaming meat sack, just kind of trying to survive in this crazy ass hellish environment. So, I don't know. It was definitely intense. But yeah, I just want to share that with you guys. Boxing videos are going to be coming up very shortly, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, peace out.